What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA basketball show. Hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. That's to check out the entire show. Let's get to work right now. We start at 2 p.m. Eastern. Tennessee State Tigers 3-12, 2-10 in the OVC at SIU Edwardsville Cougars 6-8, 4-4 in the Ohio Valley Conference. We're at First Community Arena at the Vidalabine Center. That's the first time I've said Vidalabine Center in Edwardsville, Illinois. SIU Edwardsville opened up as 2.5-point favorites. That went away quickly. Went down to 1.5, and now we see ones on the board. There's still a couple 1.5 left, but there are ones. This total has gone up as well. Open at 132. Now we see 134s and even a 134.5 on the board. Tennessee State has lost 2 straight in 6 of 7. They're coming off a 71-56 loss at Austin Peay on Saturday night. They lost despite forcing 22 Austin Peay turnovers. How? They shot just 36.2% from the field and 26.9% from three. Guards Ravel Moody and Mark Freeman each went for 16 points. Freshman Amori Womack came off the bench for 12. Only 3 other players scored, and those 3 combined for just 12 points. Freeman averages a team-high 14.7 points per game. The only other player averaging double digits is freshman Marcus Fitzgerald, and he missed the Austin Peay game. It's unclear when he will return. I'm not sure if Max capped the game with him in the lineup or not. I couldn't get more information. They struggled to score, averaging just 66.1 points per game, getting only 10.6 assists. They turned the ball over 16.2 times a game, hit just 42% from the field, 27.1% from three, and 66.1% from the foul line. A poor basketball team going up against another poor basketball team, but not quite as bad. SIU Edwardsville's lost 2 straight in 3 of 4, coming off a 70-61 loss at home to Eastern Illinois on Tuesday night as 2.5-point favorites. That came on the heels of a game against Austin Peay as well. They lost 74-59 at home to them. They have 2 players averaging double digits in Sidney Wilson at 13.8 and Mike Adewunmi at 12.5. They also struggled to score, averaging 67.9 points. They hit 41% from the field, 32% from three, and 66.7% from the foul line. A little better than Tennessee State. Max, you know our followers, they love 2 p.m. action on a Thursday afternoon. I can't wait to hear your breakdown. Break it down. Tennessee State, SIU Edwardsville.
Yeah, Jim, listen, this is going to be an interesting game for SIU because last time they played Tennessee State, they didn't have to play against Mark Freeman, and they were able to win the game, but it was definitely more of an ass clencher. They left points at the free throw line, and they left about 12 points. So that's something that you just cannot repeat in this second game. I think that the way that they shot the 3 ball was atrocious. And I think that when you shoot the ball that badly, this is a part of your offense that now you need to snap a losing streak. It's time to freaking get your close proximity shots and not fall in love with this 3-point shot. You are a team that gets to the bucket and scores at the free throw line. That's where you got to do your damage. And against this Tennessee State team, you're going to have opportunities because what Tennessee State does well on defense is chase you off the 3-point line, close out and contest your 3-point shot attempts. They are more vulnerable in the middle and closer to the rim. So with the pieces that you have, whether it be Shamar Wright or Lamar Wright, Sid Wilson, the UConn flame out, and then Mike Adewunmi, I think that you do have the pieces to go in and beat these guys again. I think that when it comes down to it, if you can keep Marcus Fitzgerald off the free throw line and you can keep Yusuf Mohammed off the glass and allow your team to be able to get some offensive rebounds, I do think that you're going to have a little more success. I do think it's also very important that this game is very low scoring in the first half. I do remember that it was on pace for something like in the 110s, 115s, but then they did get a little higher scoring in the second half. I think the X factor for SIU is going to be Courtney Carter. If Courtney Carter can give you some really good versatility, improve his 3-point shot while being able to get to the free throw line and find his teammates at the same time. I think that this is going to be a game where SIU gets right. I don't really like the fact that this Tennessee State team has just been struggling to score the basketball. They are not anything that you have to fear when it comes to making three-point shots, and just the overall lack of efficiency and just the sloppiness makes this team very hard to back. I've been on the losing side with Tennessee State in a couple games already, so I think that I do at least have a solid read on what they're doing on a game-to-game basis in areas that don't show up on the box score. I think that this is a game that when you look at the defenses, it probably is around 134 to 140 that this game ends up. But with how poor both teams shoot the three and how tricky sometimes the free throw line can be, I really have to take the under again in this game, even though the line's gone up. I just need a low-scoring first half to help me. And with the way that Tennessee State has played unders in this point range, going under in the last 5 games, and then SIU going under in the last 4 games, but more in like the 138 to 142 range, I still think that this is a game where defense plays a prominent role, and both these offenses struggle to score against each other. So I'll take the under, and I'll take SIU at the reduced spread.
Are you a little surprised about the market move towards Tennessee State?
I'm not really surprised, but I really just have to go with my number. And if the number goes towards the side that I'm not looking to get on, it just gives me a better number by my number. So yeah, I got no problem with it.
Well, we have very nice lines coming to you on behalf of Circa Sports. So for the total, both FanDuel and Circa are hanging a 134.5. It's better than any other book, but FanDuel having the minus 114 juice, whereas just regular minus 110 juice over at Circa. So let's start there. You are on the under 134.5 at minus 110 at Circa, and you are also getting a great pick'em at Circa. So that's by far the best of any of these books. So a pick'em, so minus 110 pick'em available at Circa, and you are rolling. Exciting. We love afternoon action very, very much. To everybody who watches from work, a little 2 p.m. Eastern action for you to get you through your day. SIU Edwardsville Cougars, a pick'em for Max, and under 134.5